Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and today I've got my prediction for the jobs report numbers for Friday. I also have an update for you on some cryptocurrencies. I've got a dozen stock picks for you guys and 2 cryptocurrency picks, so let's get into it! Okay, on Friday, the jobs report number is going to be released before the opening bell. Now, I expect the numbers to be bad after the dismal ADP private payroll numbers on Wednesday. I purchased put options on SPY and QQQ, and I also purchased UVXY shares in anticipation of bad jobs report numbers. I expect to see a red day on Friday, but I could be wrong. Initial unemployment claims were in line with expectations on Thursday, so there's still a good chance that the jobs report numbers will be good and Friday will actually be a green day. Now, regarding cryptocurrencies, JP Morgan is now allowing financial advisors to place private bank clients into crypto funds. That is going to increase the buying pressure on cryptocurrencies across the board, but mostly on Bitcoin and Ethereum, since those are where the cryptocurrency funds are mostly heavily invested. Alright, I've got 12 stock picks for you guys and 2 cryptocurrency picks, so I don't want to waste any time. Let's just get straight into it. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. Every day I watch hours of YouTube videos, and then I combine all the stock picks from the top YouTubers into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes on their stock picks as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into today's stock and crypto picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. Alright, let's get into today's stock and crypto picks. First up is ETH, and this is Ethereum. StockMo let us know that the London update has now gone live. ETH exchange fees are now being burned, which is increasing the buying pressure on ETH. ETH continues to rise in price and was well over $2,800 on Thursday. We'll have to see what happens to the price of ETH over time, but for now, it looks like this was not a buy the hype, sell the news event, but rather a continued bull run for ETH. One of the biggest changes the London update brought, though, was the fact that in December, the difficulty of mining Ethereum will increase so significantly that it will make Ethereum unmineable. That will bring ETH one step closer to proof of stake and further increase the buying pressure on ETH. Next up is VGX. This is Voyager Token. This is the official crypto of the Voyager Digital Exchange. Jeremy with Financial Education owns Voyager Digital, ticker symbol VYGVF. He also owns the official token for the platform, which is VGX. Jeremy with Financial Education was down over 50% on VGX, and in the past 2 weeks, VGX has run up massively. Jeremy is now only down 8% on this token, and he thinks VGX will continue to perform well as the Voyager Digital Exchange continues to grow. VGX has been going up ever since the announcement of VGX 2.0 last week. VGX is a swap token and can be compared to CRO and BNB. Now on to our stock picks, and first up is AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. Keenan Gray showed some very interesting and important news concerning both AMC and HOOD. I can't say it any better than he did, so I'm just going to recommend that you go watch Keenan Grace's video that he uploaded Thursday evening. Every retail investor should see what Keenan Grace had to say Thursday evening. There is a link to his video in the description of this video. And on the topic of other YouTubers who uploaded great videos on Thursday, I also want to recommend that you watch Larry Jones' video that he uploaded Thursday. Larry Jones interviewed an actual financial advisor. So if you're interested to learn what a real financial advisor recommends, then I recommend you go watch Larry Jones' video that he uploaded Thursday. Again, I have links for both of those videos in the description of this video. Next up is CRSR. This is Corsair Gaming. They're a hardware manufacturer for computer-based gaming and game streaming. Jeremy with financial education is glad that he added on to his CRSR position on Tuesday. The stock was up over 3% on Thursday and is showing a nice rebound from its oversold position on Tuesday. We also saw a lot of large institutions buy in today, whereas they had been staying away from the stock since July 30th. So the fact that large institutions are starting to buy in again is a good sign. Next up is FSR. This is Fisker, and they're a car company getting into EVs. Stockmo said there's still quite a bit of risk with FSR because they haven't started delivering EVs yet. So just like Lucid, everybody is waiting for them to start deliveries so that we can see how well sales go. But if sales and deliveries do go well, then Stockmo said FSR could double in price to $30 a share in the next 2 years. In the short term, there may be some more downward pressure though. Next up is HOOD. This is Robinhood. The traveling trader reviewed HOOD on Thursday. Pre-IPO HOOD shareholders filed to sell up to 98 million shares. That represents 23% of the total current float. When these shares do start being sold, that is going to put significant downward pressure on the share price. HOOD was down 27% today on that news. The traveling trader showed quite a few indicators that HOOD would be going back down in price, including the fact that there are more put options than call options, the fact that Cathie Wood stopped buying HOOD and her ETFs, and the fact that the amount of mentions on Wall Street Bets has dropped significantly. The traveling trader has been day trading HOOD, which is a good strategy on stocks that have significant intraday price movements like HOOD does. The traveling trader is now considering selling call options on HOOD, which will be a bearish play. I will remind you that I personally am staying away from HOOD and not trading this stock. Next up is JWN. This is Nordstrom. They're an American apparel retailer. JWN was up over 4% today. It has really rebounded from its lows last week and now appears to be very bullish. The candles are above all of the EMAs, the RSI is rising, and the MACD is rising as well. Jeremy with financial education owns JWN as a long-term hold. Jeremy said he thinks JWN will start giving dividends again in the future just as soon as they turn profitable again. Next up is LCID. This is Lucid Group. They're an American EV manufacturer. LCID continues to trade in this range-bound pattern here, so I am not at all concerned about this most recent pullback. Stockmo said this is just a waiting game right now. There's not a lot of news. We're just waiting on them to start deliveries, which they should do here by the end of this year. Stockmo does not expect the stock to move much until they start deliveries, and neither do I. Although there might be some upward price movement later this year in anticipation of deliveries starting. In the long term, Stockmo thinks LCID could double in price to $45 a share in the next 2 years. Next up is LI. This is Li Auto, and they're a Chinese EV company. LI is another company that Stockmo can see doubling in price to $65 a share in the next 2 years. And of course, NIO. This is a Chinese EV manufacturer, and Stockmo thinks NIO will continue to rise as well. NIO is reporting earnings next week, and Stockmo is hoping that that will be the catalyst to jumpstart NIO on the way up to $50. Technically, the chart is looking very bullish right now. I would be comfortable adding on to my NIO shares at the current price. Stockmo thinks NIO will double in price in the next 2 years with a price target of between $90 and $100 in the next 2 years. Now, the average analyst 1-year price target is $65.67, which represents a 44% upside from Thursday's closing price. Next up is SMG. This is Scotts Miracle-Gro. They're an agriculture supply company focused on plant and lawn care. Some people have been asking me to cover the stock, and until now, I just didn't see it as a good buy. The chart has been very bearish. But on Thursday, SMG hit severely oversold territory, and I now think SMG is a good buy for a long-term hold. SMG released earnings on Wednesday, and they beat expectations on both revenue and earnings per share. Despite the earnings beat, SMG failed to raise their full-year outlook, which is a signal of a slowdown in growth. SMG blamed rising inflation on the expected slowdown, saying that rising costs are hurting their profit margins. Now, I see these inflation concerns as temporary, and I think SMG will perform well in the long term. The average analyst one-year price target is $217.67, which represents a 34% upside from Thursday's closing price. Given the oversold situation on the stock and the fact that the long-term outlook is positive, I would rate SMG a buy. I really like SMG at any price under $180, and I love it at any price under $170. The short-term outlook is uncertain though, so I would only buy SMG as a long-term hold. This isn't my favorite stock on the market, but for those of you who like SMG, I think this is a good buy. The forward PE ratio is 17.59, so this is not a value stock. Instead, this is a growth stock. So keep that in mind when you are investing. Growth takes time, so this play will work best as a stock that you hold for 3 to 5 years. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla, and they're an American EV manufacturer. Stockmo said he can see TSLA doubling in price to $1,400 in the next 2 years. He thinks TSLA will get to $900 by the end of this year. TSLA and other EV stocks were helped today by news that President Biden wants to make half of all vehicle sales electric vehicles by 2030. It's going to take tax incentives and other government intervention to make that happen. If that does happen, that is going to be very good for American EV manufacturers such as Tesla, Ford, and GM. Next up is TTCF. This is Tattooed Chef. They are a plant-based foods company and a competitor to Beyond Meat. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that TTCF was up a little bit today. They are reporting earnings next week on Thursday, August 12th. The stock is showing good momentum going into earnings. The daily chart looks very bullish right now with the candles above all of the EMAs, the RSI rising, and the MACD rising. The weekly chart is also somewhat bullish, although the monthly chart is bearish. While it looks like TTCF might continue running up going into earnings, it's very hard to say what it will do next week after earnings come out. Jeremy does not think the stock will move too much after earnings. He said it will take time for TTCF to start taking off. This remains a long-term hold for Jeremy with Financial Education. And last up is WYNN. This is WYNN Resorts. They're an upscale international hotel and casino chain. Last week, Jeremy with Financial Education covered WYNN, and I said that I thought WYNN was at a good buy-in price. They reported earnings, and earnings beat on both revenue and earnings per share. The stock was up over 8% Thursday on that news. I still think WYNN has a lot of upside potential, and I still like it for a long-term hold. Short-term, Jeremy with Financial Education is concerned because the pandemic cases continue to rise, and Jeremy is concerned about more shutdowns happening again soon. 2024 LEAP call options will start trading on September 13th, and Jeremy with Financial Education is thinking about buying some call options when they come out. Jeremy said he will definitely buy them if the stock price is still below $100 when the options start trading. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and get a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you're not a US resident or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers has highly discounted trading throughout the world, and both Webull and Interactive Brokers have fractional share trading. They also have full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I do have material connections with both Webull and Interactive Brokers, so when you sign up for either one of those, not only are you getting a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos for you. I have links to both Webull and Interactive Brokers in the description of this video if you'd like to check them out. Now again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.